Hello. I'm Rory Paddock. I am you live. It's just gone 30 a.m. and it's time Fridays. So I've got 5 horses that I like the look of. Hopefully you're on yesterday's. Allow me to boast for a moment. But yesterday's actions, that's what we ended up with. Their Eagles fly did the business at 17-2. Come on, ball. Unfortunately, nowhere to be seen. But Moddy Poddle also placed, ran really well actually, finished third over at Leopardstown at a massive 18-1. Hopefully you got on there. So without further ado, I will get things up and we will have a look at the best. It's probably not the Fridays actually. Our first Legend Alley doesn't run until the 5:35, so you can tackle the Oaks on your own. I want to leave that well alone. Should be Aidan O'Brien's horse. The favourite should win it, but I don't know about you. Chatting to like the rest of the PFP, and just the classic generation last 3, 4, 5 years has just been so uninspiring that like I should be giddy, excited, and really looking forward to the Oaks and the Derby tomorrow. But so underwhelming. Now I don't know whether or not that's because we've been spoiled in previous years, but I've not looked ahead to a classic like this with any sort of notion that there's going to be a Cracksman, a Cedars, a Gunhorn, and a any sort of horse like even Aidan O'Brien's lot. Like there's not been some sort of standout horse that's like blown me away in any shape or form. I think the most recent horse as a year-old that sort of got the juices flowing was Pinubo. Obviously not going to tackle 1 mile. Never going to be a classic type. So for me, I think yes, I of course also watch races. Of course, I also watch the Oaks. Watch all the action from Epsom and tomorrow. But there is nothing at all that makes me sort of like where's the app really? And you've got the likes of Ballyrunners. You want them to have sort of flagship or some sort of flag bearer for the team. And to me, I just don't see it. I don't get it. So what will be. I think no matter what the results are for the Oaks and the Derby, only time will tell us how good they actually are, because there's nothing at the minute that really stands out. But anyway, with that in mind, the first selection comes in the 5:35. That's over at Bath, and it's in the opener. There's a handful of course distance winners, and I expect them. The current is a 9-year-old, equally fast to go very well here. His form at Bath is fantastic. Top 3 finishes is unbeaten over the course distance. He's also the only course and distance winner in the lineup who's now either their last winning mark or below it. All the others seem to be ripped at the handicapper. 11-2 is quite a generous enough price, and I can't see him at the top 3. 11-2 and each way bet for those punters who are looking for a sort of selection to finish in. We then a quick hop, skipping over Epsom. Just 5 minutes later, in their last race, 5:40, 7 furlong hand up class 2, and I think Doulas, the current favourite for Charlie Hills, Sylvester de Souza on board, been attracting a bit of support in the market. It falls into 10-3. Is the one to be on. It was really impressive last time when it won, and I think with that alone being a decent reason to horse go very close indeed. Once again, I don't think this race is any sort of great leap compared to the race it won last time out. And with that in mind, certainly my idea of the winner in at the 5:40 at Epsom. We then head from Epsom and we do a hop, skip, and a jump up all the way up to good old Doncaster. Their opening race is the 5:53. So I can't get into the odd race time deal. Still makes me feel weird, a bit of sick in my mind. I have to say them out loud. Why got to been a 5:55? It's 2 minutes later. You know, it feels better, doesn't it? But anyway, one man handicap, and there's actually 2 horses I'm going to put up here. What I will say is, I think Dollar Bid is probably the most likely winner. I've done a little wrong in a short space time in career so far. Unstead on the turf, though, and all of his running on all weather. But Sir Michael Stout does brilliantly with his 4-year-olds, as we all know, and this could be a decent horse. With that in mind, I think he's definitely up to a Class 4 handicap level. 9-4, yeah, fair enough price. And I think that is probably going to be the one that we'll see with his head in front. I'm actually half tempted to advise punters like yourselves to do the bid and last double. We can hopefully land very quick fire win with another one and do that to double. However, the horse in this race, and you're going to think I'm crazy because he's drifted like a barge out to 28-1, is Brother McGonagall. Has a great goal distance record. I think horses that do well at Doncaster tend to continue to do well at Doncaster. I think that's a massive plus. But one thing that I always does well in terms of those victories over the last handful of seasons. Now, we all know without saying out loud, horses like to win certain races and so forth. And that's not the top level. That's a lower grade handicap like this. But look through the time in which it's been successful, and you look for patterns, any sort of things that sort of tick a box or these sort of like trends that the runners have. Now, if I look through this horse's form, one at the start of June in 2017 on the 6th, won at Wetherby. We then skip forward a year. The 1st of June 2018, it won here at Doncaster over course and distance. You'll then skip a year later, and it's won on the 8th of June 2019 up at Beverley. It didn't race in June last year, and it is now back to the first week after a couple of the prep runs back at Doncaster. Currently rated for mark at 73. Last one for mark 78, which was a class 4 on good to firm ground. It's now a 4 handicap on good to ground. Its massive prices before. I backed and tipped the horse in the ring post. It won back in Doncaster over course and distance back in 2018. It did open up the betting at 25-1. Was supported into scenes and went off. Now, I actually think this race is very competitive. We've got other courses winner in there, Tahitian Prince, and not for a long time. Obviously, I think the favourite is going to be hard to beat, but 28-1 for a horse that likes to be plotted. Today, it could well be the day that it goes very, very close. We've got a decent draw in store 5. I would just be foolish if I said that didn't come my fancy. I left it out. It ends up bolting in, and you guys might miss on it. So Brother McGonagall as a really decent each way bet 553, but under the understanding the bid is the most likely winner in that race. Now we're done with that. We've gone from Brother McGonagall and Dollar Bit in the 553 at Doncaster. We take a trip abroad, so to speak, probably one of the only few countries we can go to, over to Ireland, down Royal in the 6:35. And it seemed that yesterday I'm quite adept at picking out horses, big field handicaps, and so hopefully I can do the same there. And I'm going to number one on the race card, the 5-year-old City. Pretty lightly raced runner. Started off the day with Archie Watson. Won once and missed twice with Watson. They only had 3 stars there at that yard. Before switching to Michael Wiggum, he also got in the winning enclosure as well. He returned to action recently, just 7 days ago, after a mammoth 573 layoff Was on the sideline all that time. Still used a really decent effort to fifth. Should him markedly for that one. He's got fitness on his side now. I expect him to produce an equally impressive performance, especially with Shane Foley booked for the ride. It's attracted a bit of market support. 18-1 into 12s. Any city, decent each way shout there in the 6:35 at Down Royal. And we end proceedings where we started it. Started it at Bath. We're going to end it at Bath. From the first on the card to the last race on the card, the 40. And I'm going to go with yet another course and distance winner. This time, the David Evans trained at Quarry Beach is the one for me. He can be forgiven in his latest run here last month. It wasn't actually a really bad performance. He finished 6th of 12. But that was on soft ground, which isn't ideal for a horse. His win here over course and distance came on good to first round, which is what he got again today. He's got all of his condition. It only came a pound higher when he won. That £1 I don't think is too detrimental. 13-2, decent and nice. Shane Kelly, decent jockey, but for the ride as well. It's actually now 7-1. Quarry Beach, decent drawing score. I think decent each way as well. Now, if I could bring it all and show you my selections. He's pressing all the wrong buttons. There we go. So where they are for Friday selects there. 5:35 at Bath, equally fast. 5:40 at Epsom, Doulas on the nose. 5:53 at Doncaster, dollar bid, also on the nose. Potentially the double with Doulas. Brother McGonagall in the same race each way. I think 28-1 is a massive price. Head on over to Down Royal, 6:35. Any city each way. And we end in the 8:40 at Bath, Quarry Beach. Missing off the each way there. Also an each way selection at Quarry Beach. Those are mine for today. Obviously, I'll bring myself up. Any of the likes, comments, shares, always all welcome. Fingers crossed the form continue. We end up with another winners. But fingers crossed. Touch wood. And as always, good luck follow.